This is Natural Powerlifting Radio. Deadlifts, chicken nuggets, video games. This is Check My Total, a powerlifting podcast with Timothy Payne and Andrew Hinson.
Welcome to another episode of Check My Total. This time we got a little behind the scenes action going on today. Me and Timmy are going to talk about what actually is going on while everyone is lifting and when everyone gets done and leaves for the day and what happens before everyone gets there and all this stuff about setting up a meet that maybe not everyone is aware of.
Oh, yeah. Well, just to start off, the week prior to the meet, like if the meet's on Saturday, we probably start preparing. This is Iron Boy Powerlifting, by the way. Pretty much everything we do on this podcast is Iron Boy. But anyway, we probably start preparing for the meet. Not counting promotion, but actually preparing for the meet. We probably start on Thursday, which Dad might even start earlier than that, and I'm just clueless. I don't know. But Thursday we start getting everybody's paperwork ready. So if somebody pre-registered, if you've been to a powerlifting competition, you know that you have a card that stays. Well, it doesn't stay with you, but you have the
lifter's card, I guess.
Yeah, lifter's card. So if you pre-register, we go ahead and get your lifter's card filled out and all that kind of good stuff. So that way, when you come to the meet, all you guys do is weigh in if you've already paid and have your membership. So we try to get that done on the front end to where we're not spending so much time doing it during registration if you pre-register. So that's another good thing for pre-registering. You don't have to spend as much time during the weigh-in process.
That's true. And then there's also the whole instance of, securing the location of the competition. Like some gyms are flaky.
Yeah, we've had, oh man, it sucks. We've had, I don't know how many meets where people call us like the Monday before that Saturday saying that the gym's getting closed or something stupid. And usually it's our South Carolina meets where we don't really know what's going on because it's in South Carolina. Mm-hmm. We'll have people call us and be like, hey, the gym shut down this weekend, but nobody's told us anything. Which I guess if you're shutting down your gym, you don't really care what's going on.
That's true. Your gym got the boot.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, talk about securing stuff. When you pre-register, you automatically get the award that we're going to give out because sometimes, we'll order. That's another thing too that goes in before you get to the meet is getting all your trophies and stuff.
Yeah.
So if you pre-register, you're guaranteed to get a trophy because, if we ordered 60 trophies but we got 70 people, well, those other 10 people might get, a trophy that we have left over from another meet, or they'll get like a medal or something. So that's another good reason to pre-register because we know that you're coming, so we know what to get.
That's true.
So we do all this kind of paperwork stuff, make sure everybody gets on the membership list that just order a card. We take people's card who has expired, we take them off the list. But yeah, there's all kinds of stuff you do before you even get to the venue. So if that's on Thursday, then Friday, assuming that we're not, well, even if we are going to the location on that Friday, we'll go pick up our trailer, which on the trailer, we have your bars, your weight, the platform itself, chairs, everything you need to set up the venue. And sometimes certain stuff will be on one trailer, but we need it on this other trailer. So we have 3 trailers and a box truck full of powerlifting stuff. And depending on the competition, whether it's push-pull, full power, bench only, whatever we're doing, different stuff needs to be on the trailer that we pull. So sometimes that could be tricky if we need, for example, this past competition in South Carolina, we had to bring 2 squat racks with us because the lady all she had in her gym was a waterfall rack. And we're like,
Oh,
well,
dear.
we at least need another squat rack for people to warm up on.
Yeah.
So we had to climb up in the box truck, dig our squat racks out, and put them on the trailer. So sometimes it's as easy as just going to the place and picking it up. And then sometimes you have to actually work a little bit. So, that could either be a 15-minute deal or it could be a 45-minute deal, just depending on what kind of competition we're doing.
That's true. Plus, haven't y'all had to set up like a warm-up area before, right? With like the spares?
Yeah, we're trying to get out of that business. Like, we're trying to go to gyms now. But, yeah, for example, we used to run meets all the time in Pofftown, but it was just a big rec center, like a basketball court, basically.
Yeah.
And we would have to bring the warm-up area too. So, yeah, some competitions like that, we just have to bring all 3 of our trailers, or all 2 of our trailers, however many we need.
Yeah.
So, your platform trailer, and then like Andrew just said, your warm-up area stuff.
Phew. That's a long process, setting up a warm-up area.
Uh-huh. And, we might put more production into nationals just because it's the national meet. So, that'll take a little bit longer too.
Yeah.
Like I said, we try to hook up with places at our gym, or at least have equipment that will be suitable for a warm-up area, and that way we're just not bringing so much stuff on the road with us.
That's true. I mean, surely doing it at gyms makes more sense, from that perspective.
Oh yeah, and the place that we're doing nationals at this year, North Wilkesboro, that's like a big old warehouse. We got all kinds of room to spread out. And I really like that place.
That's true. That's a cool gym.
Yeah. It's the same place we were in nationals at last year for anybody that came last year. So
Good old Muzz's gym.
Yep, we'll be in the same spot.
Don't go to that other Muzz's gym. There's 2 of them.
Yeah, North Wilkesboro, not Moravian Falls. Andrew made that mistake.
Man, I was so lost. I was very confused.
So yeah, we hook up to the trailer, depending if we're leaving that Friday morning or Saturday morning. You go to the meet. And then once we're at the venue, let's say we're getting ready for nationals. So we'll probably get there. If weigh-ins start at like 5:30, we'll probably get, since it's the nationals meet and it takes a little bit longer, we'll probably show up at North Wilkesboro, I don't know, around 2 maybe.
Yeah.
And we've got the setting up thing down to a science just from where we've been doing it so many years. I mean, when we first started, it took, I don't know how long to set up for the competition just because we didn't know what to put where. Plus our platform was like twice as big as what it used to be.
Yeah, you had a massive piece of lumber.
Yeah, I think it used to be like 24 feet by 24 feet, and now we're down to 12 by 12. It might even be smaller than that. I don't know. But yeah, you get to the competition, and then we lay down the platform, which we use wood for nationals. Usually, if it's just a state meet or something, we'll just lay down stall mats.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, nationals, we try to do it a little bit bigger. Lay down your floor, then we have a curtain that we put up so we can hang our banners on it. Sponsors, Iron Boy, banner, all that kind of good stuff. And then, you got to set up your scores table. And then, if we're selling merchandise, which at nationals we will be, set up your t-shirt table and whatever else you're wanting to sell. We got ropes that we put up in the front, just, to keep mostly children away from the platform and all that kind of good stuff. You got to set up your sound system, and you got to set up your light box. You got to put your chairs out, which thankfully, that's another thing we try to do when we go places, see if the venue, the gym owners can secure chairs.
Yeah.
So, 2/3 of the time they'll have their own chairs. Maybe 1 or 2 meets out of the year we'll have to bring a couple chairs. But yeah, usually those will be set out for us, which is great, and we love that. So thank y'all gym people for getting chairs and setting them out.
Yeah, it definitely takes a little bit of the load off.
Yeah. And I think this year for nationals we're going to go old school and like actually set up like a snack table for the lifters. We used to do that back in the day.
Ooh,
Like, fruit, apples, bananas. Usually we had like granola bars.
yeah.
Set up two big old I can't think of what they're called. Those coolers of like Gatorade, where you squirt them out.
Oh, yeah.
I think they're just called coolers. And we got a bunch of other stuff planned too. But yeah, we're going to try to get a little bit more fancier this year.
Oh, that
Dad was
sounds
going
good.
through all that hard stuff last year, so we just kind of streamlining everything.
Yeah.
But he's doing.
But also you got the whole matching up a lifter to their song request thing going on too, which that can be a little challenging because most places they just play whatever, like you don't get to choose. That's like another layer of complexity.
Yeah. So once the venue and everything's set up, we just kind of wait till that weigh-in time. Usually I'm running around duct taping stuff down. So if weigh-ins start at 5:30, usually our weigh-ins will probably be from like 5:30 to 7:30 or 5 to 7. I don't know. We usually do 2 hours for weigh-ins is what I'm getting at. Yeah, so you'll come in. If you haven't registered already, you fill out your paper, which nationals, I think we try our best to get most everybody pre-registered. There's very few people that just walk in and sign up on nationals.
Yeah.
Anyway, but you'll fill your paper out. If you need a membership card, you'll fill that paper out. Then usually our drug consent forms, weaved in with our membership form. It's the same sheet of paper. You fill that out. We'll get your card ready, get all your fees paid and done, which we take a card now for anybody that's wondering. We've been doing that for about a year now. Taking plastic.
Taking the plastic. Ain't no one carrying cash now. It's 2018. You don't need that green paper. Our money ain't backed up by gold no more. It's backed up by empty words.
Yeah, for real. So we'll get you signed up, get all your stuff paid for, and then like Andrew said, we play a song while you lift. We've got a list of like 600 songs, which I want to try to after this September meet, see if I can't chop that down some and put some new stuff on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you get all signed up and everything, and then it's time for the show the next day. Which nationals, we're doing a 3-day thing. So Friday night will be bench only. Saturday will be everyone that weighs 181 and below. But if you're a woman or a child or a teenager, it doesn't matter what you weigh, you're lifting on Saturday. And then Sunday will be all the big boys, everybody 198 and up, all the way up to super heavy. Or 308 plus, whatever you want to call it.
Another thing you gotta do is you gotta get your judges lined up.
And spotters and loaders is the big one too.
Yeah.
Which a lot of that comes in on the front end too. We'll get that set up. Well, we'll try our best to get that set up, more like a month out than a week out.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, that's a real big thing, especially with this nationals meet. You need, twice or 3 times as many people because you don't want to burn your people out. And that's another reason we try to do 3 days, is just so people can have a break between the days.
Yeah.
Instead of running 100 people through one day and having multiple platforms where everybody's just, being ran through like cattle and getting burned out.
Yeah, that ain't no fun.
And that's another thing too, splitting up into 3 days and just having one platform. You give more attention and spotlight to the lifters because you're not, like I said, you're not trying to run 150 people through one day.
That's true. I mean, all these people train hard. They deserve a little spotlight.
I agree. And I've been to meets where they have multiple platforms and stuff, and it really does feel like you're just being rushed up there to lift, and then, you get kicked off the platform, and it's time for somebody else.
Yeah, I did one competition that had multiple platforms. back when I was like 14.
We used to run back in the day, which I say that a lot, but Dad used to be the chairman for North Carolina for AAU.
Mm-hmm.
So we ran, I don't know how many meets we ran, but anyways, one of them we did dual platforms. We had an Iron Boy platform, then an AAU platform.
Yeah.
Well, we had 2 going that day. And we tried our best to, what's the word I'm looking for? Stagger, that's the word I'm looking for. Stagger when the people would come up. So, one person would come up and have all the spotlight, like there's nothing going on that other platform except for loading the bar and stuff. Like, we tried our best not to have 2 people lifting at the same time, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
But it still was way more quicker and efficient since we had 2 platforms. Because as soon as that other person got done lifting, you know, the second person could start lifting on that other platform.
That's true.
And sometimes, you know, just depending on where they were in the flight and how much weight was being loaded on the bar, you know, they'd be lifting at the same time, but we tried our best to stagger it to where you could focus on one platform and then turn your head and look at the other platform. Yeah, so yeah, spotters and loaders and judges, that's a whole nother ball game, trying to get them lined up. You know, if you want to help out with nationals, please call us and we'll hook you up. We're always looking for people to help out, and we love volunteers. So
the more spotters and loaders, the better.
Yeah, if you're listening to this and you have our numbers, or even if you don't, you can find them on ironboypowerlifting.com. Give us a ring and let us know you want to help out, and come help us.
Dude, I remember that one time I had to spot and load. I don't know when it was, some competition.
It was a full power, but I think it was our April meet.
Yeah, and I was like, man, I was worn out that day.
We had a lot of people that day. I think we ended up being there till like 8 o'clock or something.
Yeah, it was something crazy, and I was like, oh man, I'm exhausted.
Yeah, I think it was one of those days where we had like 70 people out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we try to keep our days to like 50 apiece, just so you can run it quicker and everybody's not worn out.
Yeah.
Plus, you don't want to be in there all night. It's, you know, getting close to 10 o'clock and you still haven't got your award yet. Forget that.
Yeah. That's true.
Which Friday night might be like that just because we're getting started so late for the bench only.
Yeah, but that runs fast.
Yeah, and like I just said, it's just bench only, so that ain't bad. So, everybody just lifted, everybody had a good time, everybody got their trophy. Now everybody's headed home, and they're all happy. But, you know what? It doesn't stop there. The meet's still going for everybody working it.
Yeah, and that one guy who didn't perform well and didn't get a trophy.
Oh, man, everybody gets a trophy.
Oh, man, everyone gets a trophy.
Just his trophy might say 6th place, but everybody gets one.
That's right. Last. Last place.
Yeah, so we wait for everybody to clear out, and then it's time to pack everything up. So we tear the platform down, which usually this goes by way quicker because we'll have people there. So the first go-around when we're setting everything up, it might just be our family. And like if you come in or somebody else. So, you know, setting up for the competition, it might be 6 people. But tearing down where you have, you know, some of them spotters and loaders might stick around and your judges and stuff, we'll have more people to help us tear down. So it always goes by quicker. Mm-hmm. So that's always great too. So tearing down is usually way quicker than putting it up. But yeah, so we tear everything down, put everything back in the trailers, and head on home. We'll probably get something to eat, then head on home.
Yeah, it's the worst part I think about tearing down is just, well, I mean, is those mats.
Oh yeah.
Taking those mats, stacking those mats back up, and then rolling them out.
Yeah, I don't know if any of y'all listening have ever tried to mess with a stall mat, but they're just awkward.
Dude, they're awkward, and they're heavy, too.
Yeah.
They're like, I don't know how much they weigh, but they're pretty heavy, and they flop around everywhere.
My sister Ashley, she got us some stall mat handles for Christmas a few years ago.
Oh, wow.
I wish we knew those existed 20 years ago. But they come in handy. It makes it easier to mess with them.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, stall mats, they're not my favorite. I don't mind them now
They're
since we got
terrible.
them handles, but yeah, they're awkward and heavy. Which, luckily for nationals, we really don't mess around with them stall mats too much, especially since we're not doing a warm-up area.
That's true. It's not that bad
Yeah, we just have
for
to
nationals.
figure out how to get our wood there this time. Yeah, so everybody gets home. If it's not too bad weather, we'll go ahead and take the trailer back, or if it's not super dark at night, depending on when we get back. Back to Iron Boy headquarters. We'll go drop
That's true.
We'll go drop our trailers off, and then usually Sunday we'll kind of just chill. Well, I guess I'll say Monday since we're talking about nationals. The day after the meet, we'll kind of just chill out, and we might go see a movie or something. But then Monday, or in this case Tuesday, since it's nationals, we'll get right back on it. So we got to go through all the records, and if anybody set any records at the competition, we go through and change all those. That's a long process.
Yeah.
Especially these meets where we have 100 people. And, every single record is its own thing. So it's the same as lifting, and every single record, is by your weight class, by your whatever division you're in. If it's full power, if it's push-pull, if it's deadlift only.
Yeah.
So we go through all the different categories and get your records right. If you hit elite, we'll highlight those. And also if you hit elite, you will be drug tested. So we got to mail the drug tests and all that kind of good stuff.
Yep, that's right. They got to sample the pee.
Yeah. We got to ship the pee off. And then, like I said, we're working on them records that day. I usually try to do membership forms as soon as the meet's done with, like the same week. So if you signed up for a membership card over that weekend, I'll get you put in the list on that Tuesday. Pictures, we gotta do a bunch of stuff with your pictures. Since it's digital, when you take pictures, they're like 3,000 pixels big, like wide.
Yeah.
So we cut them things down to about 500 pixels. And then we go through and try to cut out all the lifts that don't matter. I don't know, that doesn't sound right. Anyways, we try to get everybody's third attempt and post it on the website. Back in the day, we used to put everybody's attempt up, and it was just taking up way too much space and too much time.
Oh, yeah.
So now we just do everybody's third attempt. So we go through and we weed out all the pictures, find everybody's best lift. We stick a watermark on the picture. Sometimes I'll do all that stuff in one day. Sometimes it might take 2 days. So now we're sitting at what, Wednesday?
Yeah.
So yeah, this is 3 days or 4 days after the meet, and we're still working on the same meet. So we'll.
Yeah, I mean, it's a long process.
Yeah, and then Dad, our homestead thing, since we have 20 years of stuff on our website, it takes like 7 hours just for the software to boot up. But we Dad puts all the results up, make sure the records get in the right spot. He'll upload all them pictures, which we might try something different with that, sticking the pictures in a video, just so we're not eating up so much space. 'Cause however much space you use on the internet, you got to pay for.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah, so we get all the stuff put up on the website. And like I said, if we've already taken the trailer back and shipped off the pee, we're pretty much done. But yeah, what people think is just one day is usually about 2 weeks of work.
Yeah, so I mean, you're cutting. So I mean, you got to get the place secure. You got to get all your spotters and loaders, and then once you get everything secured, which that could take a week.
Well, as far as the venue itself, we try to set up our whole year in like January, February.
Yeah.
So as far as that goes, yeah.
Yeah, your venues are set up in like months in advance.
But yeah, making sure
But
that they're still there.
yeah,
That's
you
the
gotta make
key.
sure your event's still there.
Yep.
But and then you're looking at once you do all that back work, you're looking at another week. Start 2 days before the meet, and then you're looking at another from whenever that is, Thursday generally. And you're looking, you might not get done with all that meet information and data and pictures and all these records. You might not get done for another week.
Yeah, and then I kind of hit on this, but if we're selling T-shirts or something, we gotta get the T-shirts ordered. Probably 2 weeks ahead.
Oh yeah,
and all that kind of stuff. It's a process, man.
It is definitely not just a 1 day or 3 day event.
No.
It takes a lot of work that a lot of people don't see that.
We love it though. I mean, we wouldn't do it if we didn't like it.
That's true.
And we do it all for the lifters.
Yeah, I think everyone should spot and load a couple times.
It'll definitely give you a different perspective and maybe some more respect for what's going on.
Oh, that you will be worn out. You think it's hard? I'm telling you right now, it's a lot harder to spot and load than it is to lift weights.
Oh, most definitely. Well, think about it. Even if you're not even having a bar on your back, but if you're spotting and loading for the squat, how many squats you're doing a day?
Yeah.
That's a lot of body weight squats.
Yeah, you are very right.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And I'd even suggest, if you really wanted to look into judging. That'll give you a whole different look on lifting, too.
Yeah, it will.
Judging made me a better lifter as far as technique and what to look out for and that kind of stuff, because your presence, you're aware of what people are looking for.
That's true. Yeah, people should hop in that judge chair. Yeah. The hardest thing to judge is the squat. You can make it, if you make it past the squat, you're good.
Yeah.
All the other ones aren't too bad.
No. Yeah, you're right. We'll get some trouble out of the deadlift sometimes with people, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
But
my grip.
I hit the rack. That's funny. Did you ever hear the hit the rack story?
But wait, who did that one?
We were just in South Carolina, and I guess this dude been lifting with other organizations with monolifts.
Oh yeah.
So the first time we lifted, he unracked the weight and just stood there for a really long time.
Yeah.
He's like, dude, we're not moving these racks. You got to walk that sucker out. So he backs up like an inch or something, does his squat, and when he's coming back up, he slams into the rack. So he turns his head, and I think it's either Shane Gouge or Jason Gouge spotting, and looks at one of them and screams, "I hit the rack!" And they're just spotting him like, yeah, what do you expect us to do? I guess he was thinking he'd get another lift or something because he hit the rack.
That's funny.
It was the funniest thing ever because he like screamed it, "I hit the rack!"
I hit the rack.
Yeah. I don't know if he got the lift or not, but yeah.
Probably not. He hit the rack.
So anybody listening,
probably checked him up.
If you haven't come to Iron Boy, you have to walk the weight out. That's part of the lift to us.
Yeah, it is.
And that's another thing people don't understand, how much more effort that takes than just standing underneath a monolift.
Yeah, that's very true. So it's hard.
Well, Andrew, I think we about summed it up. What goes into a meet?
I think so. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you have it there. What?
I was just going to say boys and girls.
Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, babies and non-babies, whatever, toddlers, that's what they are. That's the next stage of adulthood, toddlers.
There you go.
You go baby, toddler, teen, preteen, teen, a young adult, young professional, adult. old and down in the grave.
Middle age is in there somewhere.
Oh yeah, middle age. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for the Check My Total podcast, the behind the scenes. That's right. We don't need no peeping toms at the meet. We told you everything that happens right here, right now. You don't need nothing else. No private investigators. That's it. Behind the scenes action coming to you live. Remember, it's about 2 weeks out. It's a lot of data. Come in, live, get your photo taken, smile, and cheese for the camera. We out.
We out. And if you want to help us, give us a ring.
Please subscribe and thank you for listening. Be sure to follow at CheckMyTotal on Instagram for all the latest updates. It's time for the IBP Nationals. Mark your calendars for October 19th through the 21st. The 3-day event will be hosted in North Wilkesboro, North Carolina. For more information about the competition, visit ironboypowerlifting.com.
All right.
How long was that?
I don't know.